Hi guys, how's it? Welcome back. A 24-13 victory to the Springboks from Buenos Aires. A game where I feel like certain answers were answered and where even more questions arise. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. Before I even get started for any of this, you guys came out to my live. I really appreciate it. Cheers, guys. I hope you're... Thank you. You guys, it's fun to talk to people while I'm doing this. And another thing I need to go ahead, and I know they're not going to watch this because they don't care about their customers, but F you to Flow Sports. Absolutely horrible feed through the first half. Multiple delays, multiple frozen. Audio was horrible. They corrected it in the second half, but I missed so much in the first 15 minutes of the game. Flow Sports, you suck. So we'll go ahead and get started off, man. Third minute in, it's held up. We get a nice little run. It's held up after 15 phases. Congrats on the Pumas for playing some pretty solid defense. We do get a penalty out of it. Libok elects to kick, and he's to the right. He had kicking issues a lot of this game. 15th minute, I don't know what the penalty was for because I had a frozen feed once again, but Libok does kick, and he does convert, and it's 3-0 15 minutes into this one. 21st minute, Bertrano, after a quick little restart, Forey does get a piece of him, but they go across, and Bofelli, of course, is money, and it is 7-3. 5, 6, 7 minutes later, John Klein, we get a nice little deep run. He is held up. Again, it was after a line out, and it remains 7-3. 29th minute, a penalty on the Pumas, and Libok elects to kick once again, and he misses. He's 1 of 3 on the day so far. 35th minute, off the ball tackle by the big Franco Mustard leads to a yellow card. Bofelli does kick, and he makes it a 10-3 score going into half. Lots of issues in the first half. We're not really closing the deal. Come back after halftime. I've got a good solid feed finally. I've got, audio. Everything is good. Minute into the second half, a guy who I brought up that we need to see back to return to old form. And that's Makazole Mpipi. Horns up, man. You saw me on the live. I put my horns up. I just, as soon as he came in, he obviously didn't do it this time, but horns up for Makazole Mpipi. And Libok does convert. We tie up the score 10-10. 4 minutes later, the kid, Kanan Moody, who had multiple great tackles on the day from Libok off his right boot, he gets it, he collects it, he crosses. Unfortunately, Libok does miss the conversion, so it's 15-10. A couple of minutes later, a penalty on the Springboks. Bofelli elects to kick. He's money, of course, 3 of 3 on the day. It becomes 15-13, and we kind of lose a bit of the momentum that we had in the first 10 minutes of the second half. 3 minutes later, penalty. This is when the penalties start adding up real quick for the Pumas, and Libok does elect to kick. He misses once again. He's 2 of 6. Couple minutes later, same thing. Libok does kick. And at this point, I'm thinking that the reason is, they're letting him know, look, if you get this job, you're going to have to win games with your boot. So they make Libok kick. Again, he does convert 3-7 in kicking. We go up 18-13. Puma's offside penalty 6-7 minutes later. Libok does kick again. He's 4 of 8 on the day. We go up 21-13. 4 minutes later, we were demolishing their scrum all day. Libok collects to kick after a collapsed scrum penalty. He does make it. It's 24-13. And we only really had one other time after that. Evan Roos gets held up. They say it's for obstruction, so it doesn't count. And that's it for the end of the game. Damian Valemza with 161 meters. I'm seeing it on the screen. Moody with 113. So let's talk about, obviously, a Springbok victory, the questions that came out of this. We went in saying, Mpipi, is he going to come back? I felt like we got a touch of it. He's not what he used to be, but he's still serviceable. Lukanyo is done. That man is a shell of what he was a year and a half ago. He's done. Andre Esther, who's in, is our best center. No question. And I would probably link him up with Creel. Creel's not great, but for what we have, that's what we've got. Curtly never even made it into the game today. I just realized that. Herschel Yankees is not. He's a fourth choice at best to me. I don't take him to the World Cup. Sorry. John Lake Dupria, hadn't heard that name in a while in the green and gold. He came out, had some really good key turnovers. John Klein. I want to see Jean and Evan. Marvin Ori is, once again, just like Lucania, he's done. He's a third choice, fourth choice, fifth choice. I want to see Jean Klein and Evan together. Period. Steenkamp on debut got in there and did his thing, but Evan Roos had flashes. He's just not. Do I take him on my 35-man squad? I don't know. I'll do that video later this week. Tuesday we get the announcement, the 35-man squad announcement. I will do mine probably tomorrow or Monday. I don't know if I take Evan Roos. I just don't know at this point. We've got a little bit of a break. We face Wales next in 2 weeks. We've got a 35-man squad we got to pick. I think there's going to be some heartbreak. I think there's going to be some guys that I think deserve to go, and there's going to be some guys that don't. Dion Forty, who became the captain. I have to mention Bongi Manambi. Did a great job as a captain. He did lead. We played like crap for that first 35 minutes of the game. Absolute crap. We had some flashes of awesomeness, but for the most part, we played like crap the first half of the game. Came out the second half and dominated, and that's what we needed to do. Dion Forty is a bench player. He's not a starter. I wouldn't play him 80 minutes. He's too old. No offense. I'm old. I couldn't do it either. Lukan Yolam is, I don't even know what to say about that man anymore. He went from being one of the best in the world to being a shell of a man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the injury put a zap on him. I don't know. That's a question that still needs to be answered. Jean-Luc Dupria may very well make the squad, in my opinion, after what I saw today. He was great. And that's really all I have to say. A bit disappointed by Libach's horrible kicking, but he did eventually clean it up, and I think he went 5 of 9 on the day. I still am not happy with those numbers, but it is what it is. He is our number 2 fly half behind Andre Pollard. That's just what it's going to be. Damian Valemza, always serviceable, always good, fullback. He's a great backup. I still think Willie LaRue is better at fullback, but Valemza can play so many other positions. Joseph Dweba had an okay game. After I really wasn't a fan of his last year, he did okay. Do I take him? I don't know. Manambi and Marks. Marks is 1, Manambi is 2. Nakane, okay, not great. If I was giving letter grades, which I'm not going to do. But I'm just going to say I don't need to see Ori anymore. I don't need to see Herschel Yankees again. I don't need to see On. I know what we're getting out of those 3, and it's not what I want. Plain and simple. Cobus Reinach, Faf de Klerk, Grant Williams. There's our scrum halves. Period. Don't need any more than that. Sorry about Hendricksa. You're just not making the cut, in my opinion. We have yet to really see Grant Williams. I hope we see him against Wales. I want Grant Williams to start against Wales. I want to see what that young man can do. But we'll see how it goes. Tuesday, 14:30. That's when we get the 35-man squad. I will do mine. I will try to do a reaction video to theirs because I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it live or not because that's kind of odd hours for me. But I will definitely do my 35-man squad tomorrow or Monday, and then Tuesday we'll get the actual 35-man squad. We'll announce it. We'll talk about it all together. But once again, thank you guys for coming out to my live. I appreciate it. I will see you guys live again in 2 weeks. But until then, I hope everyone is safe wherever you're at and enjoy a Springbok winning Saturday. Cheers, guys.